are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell. This is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason.
Yeah.
Jesse is here.
I'm all nicked up.
He's doing he's doing what he does. It's a double duty, which Jesse normally does a double duty every morning when he wakes up.
I try to.
It's a double duty night because Preston is another no call, no show, and I think that's it. I'm not going to say, 3 strikes and you're out. That's not what I'm going to say.
I'll say it.
But other people have said it. So we'll just see what happens.
I don't think Twitter's going, or X is upset because he's not
We
here.
will see. We will see what happens.
Well, Destiny was getting some love on the show.
listen.
People, her voice is, it was a really nice breakup from our voices.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good, now, whether she could be a no-call, no-show at some, I don't know if this is a
Preston
family
can
thing.
stay at home with the kids, and Destiny can come be the information czar.
Well,
Listen, I typically don't give too many compliments to either one of them because they're big-time haters.
they are.
But I listened to last week's episode.
Yeah.
And I did think that she brought some value.
Yeah. Some
I
value.
hate saying it. Like it hurt. I said that, and I physically felt pain.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? She did pretty good.
So you're the czar of information tonight.
Great.
And you will hold that role, and we'll see what happens.
You're also the color analyst.
The color analyst?
Do you know what that means?
I'm not that racist, guys.
Do you know what a color analyst is? Are you familiar with that?
No.
There's always the play-by-play guy, and he's
Yeah.
like, down the 50, to the 40, touchdown. And then there's the color analyst. You see why that happened is because they drew up
the old John Madden.
Yeah. So John Madden's the color analyst. And Pat Summerall, great catch, out of bounds. That was always my favorite Madden call. Great catch, out of bounds.
I can't remember who did it, but they did a thing about John Madden and how he commentated. Oh, it was the
Frank Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo.
He has the best John Madden. It's amazing. Yeah, boom.
and,
Yeah.
and then Pat Summerall's like, and just keeping him going.
It was I miss them.
Yeah.
Not that I watch football anymore, or that I would if they were announcing, but I still miss them.
Did you watch that Madden doc?
I did. It was good.
It was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I
don't
remember
remember.
that.
It was really good. Yeah. It's worth watching.
His legacy will be the video game.
Yes. Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl.
He was the youngest
He was
one to win a Super Bowl,
great
right?
commentator
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
Very successful. Hey, you got the turkey here, and you got it's a turducken, and there's the boom. Hey, he's drawing the lines around the thing. He was great at that.
Yeah.
But it's the game. That's what he will be remembered for millennia.
Yeah.
When they're writing the history of America after Donald Trump gets reelected for the 7th time and finally just draws our country completely, I don't know what I'm saying.
Unites us all.
He unites us all, and we become the United States of Trump or something, and then everything's different. But when they write the retrospective, that'll be a great day, by the way. I'm looking forward to it. When they write the retrospective of America, John Madden will be mentioned.
Yeah.
Not as a football player.
It's a video game.
Coach,
Yeah.
commentator, as a video game. Stella's on the ones and zeros. I just got to her. Jason, I need your help. That's not easy to say.
Yeah, I've never heard you say that.
And that might be it.
I've offered help.
And I've turned it away. Nope. I think I've said, I don't need your help.
Yeah.
I think I've
I'm
said,
like, I'll be there. No, Jason, you really don't have to.
I don't.
Don't worry about it.
I
I'll
don't-
bring the donuts.
Don't design. No. No. Now you're bringing donuts. See, now that's. So I need your help. I do listen to the show,
Yeah. Which show?
our show.
Oh.
I listen to a couple of podcasts.
I did too.
But as far as it varies. I'm into Nateland sometimes when they read my comments, and then when they
5 years ago,
when they don't read my comments, I'm not into them as much.
So like one episode.
I've been listening to Dusty Slay's podcast.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but very soothing.
Okay.
And he's just talking about what's going on with his life, and he's getting the leaves because I got composting in my backyard, and I'm trying to get these leaves, and it's him and his wife, and she's just like, yeah, Dusty, I know you got those leaves in your backyard, and you're just trying to compost those leaves. I'm trying to compost these leaves. And it's a lot of
What's the name of the podcast?
The name of the podcast is We're Having a Good Time.
Okay.
And it's Dusty Slay's podcast. It's once again, and this is I'm on record. I love Dusty Slay.
Yeah.
I think his stand-up is hilarious. I think he's a very good comedian. His podcast is not funny. No. I don't think
his bit on Good Money. I've laughed so hard at that. I was crying.
I've used it. Yeah. As if I made it up. But it's very good. He's an excellent comedian. He's a very funny guy. Yeah. Podcast not funny. Which I don't think he's trying to be funny. Now, Dusty, if you're watching, and I pray that you are, if you're trying to be funny on the podcast, I'm sorry.
It's not working.
But it's not. But I enjoy it. I enjoy listening. It's calming to me.
Yeah.
I just like listening to him talk about, and we went down on Thanksgiving. We went to visit my dad, and, it's just very calming. And he has Bible talk. They'll talk about he's a very
New and Old Testament.
New and old. He likes the old, I think. But I'm a big fan of the podcast. So I listen to Dusty's podcast. Sometimes I listen to Nateland, but sometimes not so much. There are some other random ones. We don't need to get into it all. But
should I tell you mine?
Sure. What do you listen to? Tim Pool.
I watch Tim Pool every night. Mm-hmm. I listen to Alex Jones every morning. I listen. That's not a joke, by the way. I catch a solid 3 hours of Alex Jones every day.
Anybody that listens to 30 minutes of Alex Jones a week, I would say that's too much.
3 hours a day, from 7 in the morning until 10 in the morning. I listen to Alex Jones.
Gosh,
and then I listen to 2 hours of Pat Gray. Then I'll listen to
let me just say,
an hour of Glenn Beck.
You need to rethink your life. Mm-hmm. There's too much of all of that. And I'm not against.
Can I just say the whiskey helps?
I'm probably
in the morning.
I'm not against. What do you put in your coffee? I'm not against Alex. Turns out Alex Jones.
He was right.
Was fairly prescient about some things.
Yeah.
He saw the future in a way that others did not. But, man, it's a lot.
I love Alex
It's a
Jones.
lot.
He's my favorite.
I don't know. I don't listen to a ton of podcasts. I do listen to ours. It's a labor of love because I'm trying to get better, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I have noticed a disturbing habit of mine. This gets into, Jason, I need your help. We're getting all the way back to that.
Okay, can we put a pause on that real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Going back to the Dusty thing.
I love Dusty.
Okay,
and I
the
like
voice.
his wife. Mm-hmm.
The voice, the Southern voice.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Does...
Because he's a little nasally, but he's a weird combination of nasally and he's got this like deep low end thing.
Yeah.
That I don't.
There's no mid-range.
I'm trying to understand what is going on with his voice, and I like it. He's got a cadence that's nice, and I'm doing this, and I'm going, and it's a slow draw, and it's nice, but it's nasally and deep. Anyway, continue.
I was watching a documentary about Southern Ohio, and they talk like that.
Yeah, well, down in Southern Ohio, it's different. It is the South.
It is the South.
They had slavery down there.
Do they sound...
Had?
Yeah. Listen,
I don't know.
Do they
I don't know
sound
what's going on?
Less intelligent?
Yes. We can move on.
There's a road in Chillicothe called Shrake Road. I have a road named after me.
Well, there you go.
That says it all.
It does. It does.
Say no more. I completely understand.
Yep.
Okay.
Less intelligent than someone else, or just because?
Well, obviously,
Southern Ohio. Now there are parts of Southern Ohio that are more intelligent.
Just the way people sound.
Let me just say something,
Okay,
Jason.
yeah,
Just
please.
shut up for a
Okay,
second.
I would love to.
Man, just let me just say something. Intelligence
Yeah.
is not all it's cracked up to be. Just because I say they lack intelligence or sound like they lack intelligence, let's just say they do lack intelligence.
Okay,
we can even say that. They're not academics down there.
Correct.
Many of them.
Most.
The Southern Ohio, Kentucky people. But that does not make them worse than people that are more educated.
Do you think dumb people are happier?
That's a good question. Jesse? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
Like 12.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do think dumb people are happier. Here's what
Hey,
Did you just? No, Jesse.
Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing a great job,
This is a
buddy.
good time.
You're doing a good job, buddy. Oh my goodness. I don't think here's what I think. I don't know if this is political or not. Some people would say that it is, but I suppose any sentence is political if you start it off with "the left says." Do you think that makes it political?
Uh-huh.
But there's this left kind of progressive idea that says if we could just educate people,
yeah, no, that's worse.
Then they will make the right decision. Now, let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this.
Say it.
I don't know, and I think I'm being honest about this. I don't think there's anyone in my life, not like people that I know of, but in my life,
Your inner circle.
that knows more about health and fitness than Justin Schrake. Is that correct?
I know a lot. I know all the things that you shouldn't eat.
And put the camera on him?
Wider. No, like wide. Should I back the camera out? No.
Listen, I'm really happy though.
No, and I'm not. Jesse's my friend. Okay, so I don't want to make fun of him too much, but it is something that Jesse and I have talked about. And I'm not exaggerating. The guy knows a ton. There have been so many times where I've been trying to explain something, and I've said, if Jesse was here, he could explain it to you. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But all of that information, does it help you make better decisions?
No.
No, it doesn't. Jesse and I have been using this app to track each other's food. We log our food.
Yeah.
You should see some of the meals that come through on this guy's status. We went on a 3-day fast for cleansing purposes, and apparently so that I could get in fights with my wife. Because I am so... Every hour I eat, I lack patience. Right? If I have a full stomach, I'm the most patient person in the world. Every hour after that, there's like the health meter and Mega Man.
Every time.
I get a little drip off of, or a little, what do we call it? A sip. I lose a little sip on my meter. And after a 3-day fast, I can say with confidence, I have no patience whatsoever. And I'm just so angry at everybody all the time. So we're on this 3-day fast, and I have this plan. I'm going to eat. I made some, as the kids are saying nowadays, some bussin'. Do you know what bussin' is? Have you heard
it like
bussin'?
drip?
No, bussin' is to food what drip is to clothing.
Got it.
Okay. And if it's really good, you say that be bussin'. Like you eat something, you be that be bussin'.
And if it's the best thing you ever ate, it's bussin'. It's
bussin',
double
bussin'.
bussin'.
Can the bussin' be dripping?
No.
No.
But I had made some bussin' turkey soup. I took
Now it sounds drippy.
It was drippy, I guess, technically.
Was it loose soup?
Soupy. What?
Was it loose soup?
It was it was all contained.
Okay.
I put the turkey carcass, and my turkey this year was the best one I've ever made. It was bussin'. It was so good. So I took the turkey carcass and all the fat and everything was on there, and I boiled it for like 3 hours to make a stock for the soup. Used it as it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I had that soup because I said I'm on a 3-day fast. Okay. Like coming off of the fast, Jason, you want to eat a soup. You want to eat maybe some oatmeal, something just, not too hard on your system. And even that soup made my stomach go, ooh, man, that was like you haven't eaten for 3 days. I pull up the phone. I wonder how Jesse broke his fast. Not exaggerating. He ate 2 things. 2 things. He ate 11 slices of cheese.
Okay.
And 24 ounces of steak. This is how the most educated person that I know on health and fitness. This is how the most he is the most. This is how he chose to break his fast.
Yeah.
I don't know what Andrew Huberman would say about that. I don't know what the other dude would say about that. Didn't seem like a good decision to me.
Listen, that was not all at one time.
Uh-huh.
I did the 11 slices of cheese in the car, in the car on the way home from the store because I was like,
couldn't get that package open quick enough.
Dude, I opened it before I got out of the store.
You're in the checkout line eating cheese.
Listen, I 100% was cheese and a handful of grapes in the checkout line. And the grapes was before I paid for them.
Oh my goodness. How good was that first grape after 3 days?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what it did.
Okay. Well, good. Please don't.
It was so good.
So, all of that, I said that this idea that we could educate people, I don't know where I was going. It doesn't really matter. I still haven't explained why I need your help.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's what this whole thing was based upon, the fact that I need help.
Good night, Lauer Patch Kids.
I know. And we'll get to it next week. Here's how I need your help.
Okay.
I listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
With a critical ear.
Okay.
And I have noticed that I have a habit of, I have picked up a filler word, and that word is like. I use it.
Like a lot.
Like so much.
Once you discover it, it's
Hard to get away from it.
hard to hear anything else. And in life, I've really been focusing on not saying that word as just like a filler word.
It's just like a filler word?
Yeah. I'm telling
So you
you,
just did it.
Did I?
You did.
Did I say like a filler word?
You did.
I don't know. Roll back the tape. I don't see. This is what I'm saying. I need help.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're, if you can do something.
We should.
You
Can we
have
get
an
a
alarm,
dog shock collar?
a shock collar
please.
every time I
And then
Please.
we'll give Preston the control.
Yeah, not
Well, he's
Jesse.
never here.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving it to
So-
Jesse or you. I give it to Stella.
And then every time you say she just zaps it.
I'm okay. Maybe that's what we
Actually,
need.
we have one that vibrates. So maybe
I have
she
one that
won't-
shocks.
On a button.
Yeah.
Okay.
I even have one that I have one
Yeah.
that beeps
Yeah.
too.
No, we don't want the beep. We
Well,
want
you
the
can
shock.
beep.
The
so you
shock.
can beep it the first time.
I
Let 'em know.
like this idea. Now I can say like that. I can
Yeah.
say I like something. See, this is where we need someone of intelligence. I cannot use it as a filler word.
Right.
I'm allowed to say that I like something.
Correct. Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to say that I like something.
Are there any other pet peeves with the show that you've come across?
Sure. Do you have anything tonight or?
I've got some stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, so some feedback from some previous shows. Blob Boy
My man.
says, I was the guy in room 425.
Oh, sorry, Blood Boy. Once again, I cannot apologize enough.
That's funny. That's funny. He's listening. Mm-hmm. He's referencing the show. Okay.
What does Blood Boy have to do?
I don't know.
He just sits around. He's a
blob.
He's a blob. He can't.
Okay. And
Probably lives in Southern Ohio.
this is from Mr. Giblets. He
We
says-
think it's giblets, not giblets.
Is it Giblets?
I think it's giblets.
It's Giblets.
We're gonna go giblets. Correct us if we're wrong.
Oh, he has every time we've mentioned
Oh.
his name. It's Giblets.
Oh, it is giblets.
because his
It's
profile
like with a J.
picture
And
is-
he says, stop calling me Mr. Giblets. That's my dad.
Oh, okay.
So
So it's
he's-
just giblets.
It's Giblets.
Okay.
Okay, so Giblets says, on Thanksgiving Day, he goes, my Uncle Bill was telling me about this kid that used to work at the running store. I laughed so hard.
Dan forgot the last episode.
Oh, because he's Runner Bill.
he's Runner
he
Bill.
owns the store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, he's listening.
I was thinking that maybe it was another Bill that I know that was like retelling the story, and I was like trying to figure that out.
Bill the running
But I'm
store.
a little slow to the punch.
Yeah.
Giblets, I apologize.
Read the other thing that Giblet said.
I don't have it accessible.
What did he say? You
Well-
can paraphrase.
He basically said that the reason I was gone last week was because it was Blackout Friday.
Blackout Wednesday.
Blackout Wednesday, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that that makes him like me even more. So me and Giblets are getting like this.
I think Sue, I'm blessed Sue.
So, yeah.
She was upset that you weren't here last week.
I know. I don't think we're going to see this reaction when this posts and Preston isn't here. I'm just saying. No one's going to be like, oh my gosh, Preston's gone.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
Do we have any more feedback? I ran into friend of the show, Katie Newman, today.
Katie Newman. Oh, did you hear her money story?
Yes. She said, "Did you see what I wrote?" And I said, "I don't read anything. No, I don't know." So she told me, Katie used to be she used to clean a hotel. What do they call that? A maid at a hotel. And she said she once found a wad of cash behind a trash can in her hotel room that somebody had kept there.
I thought she said
good of a person.
under the mattress, I thought.
Maybe it was under the mattress.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was somewhere. Anyway, she confirmed the story.
That it does happen.
But the way you made it sound is that every single hotel room in the world is flush with cash. You just got to find it.
What I'm saying is it's happened more than once. And it can
We
happen.
now know it's happened twice at least.
And it can happen to you.
It could technically happen to you.
If you don't look, you will never find
We
it.
do encourage you to look for bed
Let's all go
bugs.
get jobs, third shift jobs at hotels, and just for a week.
The loose $20 bills that we find.
Yeah.
Well, Katie found it said a wad of cash.
There's a lot
how
of
much?
ones.
How much money has to be? Like how many bills? Like equal a
$1,000.
wad of cash. You know.
Well, I
1,000?
think
It'd be 50.
Does it
Depends on the
change?
denominations.
Yeah. 'Cause if
50
you find a-
bills.
Well, 50
That's a
20s. 50 20s is a wad.
Yeah, but two like $10 $100 bills is a lot of money, but it's not a wad of cash. You see, so I think it's more about thickness.
About 1,000 $2 bills.
I think 1,000 of anything would be a wad of cash.
1,000.
I'd love a briefcase of cash. That's what I've
Yeah.
always wanted. A briefcase of cash.
A briefcase with one singular $1 bill in the middle.
You know
of it.
that's-
that would suffice.
You know that's Don King's trick. Do you know this?
No.
Don King, a despicable human being. You know who Don King is?
We're talking Mike Tyson.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
the,
yeah.
he's the
crazy hair
boxing promoter.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a despicable human being. So he used to
Allegedly.
he used to bring in these kids that were these boxing prospects, but they were from like the hood. They were from bad areas of town. They didn't have a lot of money or hardly any. They came from poverty, and he wanted to sign them as a promoter, as a boxing promoter. And so he would give them a contract, and he'd say, listen, here's the contract. It's 5 years, $50,000 a year, okay? Or you can sign this paper and take this briefcase of cash right now. And in the briefcase of cash, it'd be like
Zap.
5. Did I say like?
You did.
Thank you. Okay. This is good.
Yeah, that's going to ruin the story, though.
In the briefcase of cash, there was $5,000.
Yeah.
And he would regularly do this because he knows this guy has never seen that much money like
gonna
in one
take it.
place. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to take what I can get now. And so he'd get them to sign that really despicable human being. Why was I? Oh, briefcase of cash.
Yeah.
I would do that, though. I would be like, I'm going to take that. That's what I want. So
Do you think you could win Deal or No Deal?
that I could?
Yeah.
How does Deal or No Deal work?
It's like all the briefcases, and you got to pick them one by one.
Is that Howie Mandel?
Howie Mandel.
I just saw a video of him talking about it.
Yeah. Mhm.
And how like people's greed really gets him.
Oh, yeah.
He said that there'd be these single moms who couldn't afford rent and all this, and they've never had a house, and they would have an offer on the table for $50,000.
Take it.
And he said that they never take it. He goes, you would be surprised how fast these moms that could $50,000 would change their life.
Oh, yeah.
And he said that they'd never take
the
it.
spirit of mammon. So today, I was at Lowe's.
As you do.
As you do. You go to Lowe's sometimes.
That's a manly thing.
I was doing I've spent so many hours at Lowe's in my life. If I never step in this store again, I'll be just fine.
I love it.
I prefer Home Depot.
Me too.
But we don't have a Home Depot.
We don't have a
in
Home
Marion.
Depot.
So I like Menards, but it's too big.
Well,
There's too many things there.
given
And
a
I don't understand.
given a choice, I'd rather go to Rural King.
Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I go to Lowe's because I know where everything is. I can go straight to where it is. So I will go to Lowe's today because I'm doing this construction project, and I am getting out of my car, and there's this elderly woman who has finished putting her stuff from her cart in her car, and she's turning around to take her cart back. Like the closest thing is going to be, because we're far away from the cart corrals, if they have any there. Maybe they don't. But either way, she's going to have to walk it a long ways. And she's a pretty old woman. And so I want to do the right thing, and I just want to take her cart. So I could have just said, hey, I'll take your cart for you. Don't worry about it. But I was like, I need a cart anyway. Let me take it for you. That's what I said. I said, hey, I need a cart anyway, so let me just go ahead and take that for you. I didn't need a cart.
Yeah.
Why do I feel, what is wrong with me, specifically in this circumstance? What is wrong with me that would make me lie about that? That's a worthless lie. Am I trying to, what's wrong with me?
You have a problem with self-confidence. You're insecure.
Yeah. Okay. So
it all stems from that.
I agree. I agree that I am insecure.
I'm overly secure.
Yeah, it's a problem. I agree that I'm insecure, but I don't understand. I don't know the line.
Because if there's a rejection, then
I can't have the rejection. Because if I would have just said, "Hey, let me take your cart," and she was like, "No, I got it."
Yeah, you're making an excuse.
So I got to give her reason. Like, listen, I need one anyway.
Because you don't want to be rejected. It all stems from that. It's insecurity.
It really has plagued me all day. I've been thinking about it, and I said, "Thou shalt not lie." That's what I said to myself. I didn't, but I thought about it, and I thought that's a lie. So I shouldn't lie. Say what is true. That's one of the 12 rules from Jordan Peterson. Some people would call it one of the 10 Commandments, which predates Jordan Peterson by quite a bit. It's not like Jordan didn't come up with that one. Like Jordan makes 12 rules for life, and he just rips off the 10 Commandments.
And adds to.
And then
Jordan,
like, make your bed and, you know.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are more specific to his maybe rules. But if you say don't lie, Jordan, you're just, come on, man. What are you doing? So, anyway.
What if he ever wanted to come on the podcast?
Listen, I love Jordan. I'll actually listen to his podcast quite a bit. What else you got, Jason? We could do the Netflix suggestion of the week.
Man,
I don't have one, but
I have a question that's going to require some information lookup.
Okay.
Unless you know the answer.
On it, my man.
You want to try it?
I'm the czar.
I don't know what this is, and I want to know what this is.
All right, let's do it.
What is figgy pudding?
Yeah.
Figgy
bring
pudding?
us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. So you watched the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
So you understand, Jason, that a pudding for them is not what pudding is. When we think pudding, we think snack pack.
I know
right?
I do.
Right?
Yeah.
When you think pudding, Jesse, when I say pudding, you're just picturing... Who am I doing an impression of?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Little pudding pops.
Now, Jesse could do a different Bill Cosby impression.
Uh-huh.
But
when we think pudding, we have a very specific thing. But yet when they think pudding,
we're talking British figgy pudding.
British
right?
figgy pudding.
Yeah.
So this is a dessert. It is like it's like a cakey, as far as I can tell.
It's a cake casserole.
It's
right?
a cakey kind of substance, but it's very wet.
Yeah. It's a cakey casserole.
It's like yeah. They seem to be individuals though.
Oh, I
in that
gotcha.
sense, it's not like a casserole, like a big thing.
Yeah.
They're individual things, like a pudding.
A figgy pudding is
So
an individual.
Yes,
like
it's a
wet mushy cake.
It's a cake that's fig flavored.
Okay.
It's a pudding. But it's not exactly cake. It's like a moister version of a cake.
It's like a wet cake.
It's like a wet cake,
Okay.
a wet fig flavored cake. Sound good to you?
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, I mean it's probably
like if I could get some figgy
amazing.
pudding with some coffee.
Yeah.
I would totally do that right now.
Yeah.
You're missing the most important ingredient.
Okay.
What's that?
Brandy.
Oh.
It says that figgy pudding
Oh.
is made with suet, which is raw beef or mutton fat, eggs, brown sugar, breadcrumbs, spices, dried fruits, and last but certainly not least, brandy.
Brandy, you're a
Yeah,
fine
Brandy.
girl. What a good wife you will be. My life, my lover, my lady. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I would normally join you, but my sister's name's Brandy, and it just feels weird.
Good call.
Yeah.
So,
I would take a figgy pudding.
yeah, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Bring us a figgy pudding
Yeah.
and lots of good cheer. Maybe the brandy is what brings the good cheer.
Oh yeah. Do you know where brandy comes from? Because I do.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Netflix.
Yep. I mean, anyone can look it up.
I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I can just tell you.
You asked me if I know.
Do you?
I do.
Come on.
I don't.
Netflix, watch these shows of those. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix,
Netflix to watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus, or maybe Amazon Prime, or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you
Jason,
never know.
what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
I think for the whole month,
Okay.
I'm going to do some Christmas
Look
suggestions.
at you with a theme and
I'm
whatnot.
thinking about it.
Mhm.
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
December, I'm going to do Christmas specials.
Should I do that too?
If you want to. So
Okay.
last night, Teddy and I sat down, and we watched the claymation version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's the good one.
It's the good one.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite line from that is they're getting ready to go look. He's like, "This is man's work."
Oh,
he says
yeah.
that to
That's
his wife
good.
as
That's
he's
good.
going to go look for the deer.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The elf is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I want to be a dentist.
He's going to be the wealthiest one there, though.
I
The rest of
think
those guys
so.
are just making toys.
I guess.
Dentist makes good money.
I don't know the monetary, economic system of the North
I think
Pole.
they're communist.
I think so.
Yeah, they don't have individual anything.
And Santa is Stalin.
Correct. Yeah, he even wears the red.
That's true. It's a whole communist. And although
He distributes things evenly.
naughty or nice, though, he doesn't.
Oh,
So there is some sort of merit-based system there.
that is true.
I
Although
don't-
he gives the bad ones
Do
coal.
you think there are bread lines
Yeah,
in the North Pole?
absolutely. They all get their own figgy pudding.
Bread lines aren't so bad. It's
dude.
a line,
And you get bread.
and you just have to stand. People stand in lines all the time.
I'd stay in line
And at
for
the
bread.
end of this line, bread.
Sign me up.
Who doesn't like that?
Is it garlic bread?
You could put garlic salt on it.
I'm
with some
good.
butter. And then you make your
A
own.
little bit of cheese?
If you're feeling a little spicy.
Do you have a Christmas suggestion? or-
No.
Oh.
My Netflix suggestion of the week, I do remember what it is. I just didn't write it down. I started watching, it is a limited series, which is a thing now.
I like those.
I like a limited series. I like to know up front, this is one season.
And they're not going to continue it.
No.
It's a
'cause
one and done.
Well, it's based on a book. So
Okay.
I like to know that it's a limited series. Tell me this up front.
Okay.
But it's a limited series. It's on Netflix. I watched it with Erica and Abby, just the first 2 episodes. I would say I watched the first episode and a half, and I was really tired at the end of the second one. I wasn't even going to watch.
So for you, it's very limited.
Very limited. I think there's 4 episodes.
Okay.
I wasn't even going to watch
What
the
is it?
second
What is it?
one.
What is it?
I wasn't even going to watch the second one.
Yeah.
Anticipation, Jason.
Oh,
this
okay.
is a
Your pill.
Anticipation, Jason. How have we never landed on that?
I don't know.
That could be your superhero name.
Oh.
You never save anyone. You just
Anticipating it.
you're just about to,
Yeah.
But
You're gonna let someone else do it.
I'm going to leave you in anticipation. You're going to die. Anticipation, Jason. I just wrote the jingle.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to do that short.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll put a cape. I think I should wear a cape
Yeah.
and a mask.
Yeah. If it was Adam Sandler doing the song, he would say anticipation. So
But then you'd have to say Jason.
anticipation. The end of the first episode.
What is a limited series?
Anticipation. Just wait.
I'm waiting.
The end of the first episode is a real cliffhanger. And I was like, guys, we're just going to watch one episode because it's late. We shouldn't be watching anything.
Yeah.
And it's a real cliffhanger, and it ended, and Erica and Abby both look over at me at the same time, and we're like, and I was like, fine. So I fell asleep with the second one. The name of the show is All the Light We Cannot See. It has Mark Ruffalo in it.
Don't like him.
Raging
leftist.
I like them. They are all raging leftists.
No, but he's a raging leftist.
They're all raging leftists.
Okay.
So you're just gonna have to either just get over it
I
and just say,
don't know if I can.
He's an actor.
He is an actor.
Or whatever.
I don't even know he's a good actor.
I think he's pretty good. I like him. What's your feeling on Mark Ruffalo, Jesse?
Meh.
He doesn't know who it is.
Yeah, I do. The Hulk.
Okay.
When you said raging, I was like raging like the Hulk, but I decided not to say it. Now I'm saying it.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
That was a good decision, the first one.
Yeah.
Anytime you think, should I or shouldn't I say it?
If that thought even comes up in your mind,
Just definitely say
just
it.
take that as a sign. Okay. It's called All the Light We Cannot See. It's based on a book. It's World War II in France. And there is Mark Ruffalo is a jeweler. And
He would be.
Yeah. And I think he's Jewish, or at least partially.
Yeah, that's what that checks out.
His daughter is blind, and she has been basically left in this house that's being bombed by the Americans. Are bombing the city, and the Americans are dropping pamphlets that say the bombing's going to happen at midnight tonight. Get out.
And she can't read.
Well, yeah. First of all, she can't read, but secondly, no one can get out of the city because the Nazis have locked all the gates. Because they're like, you're not getting out. We're all going to die here.
A walled city,
I guess, and so nobody can leave. And she's in big trouble too because of the blindness.
Yeah.
And so
she can't see much light at all.
All the light we cannot see, and there's the thing there.
I got you.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's actually excellent. It's really good.
Is it a tearjerker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does she die?
I'm not done with it. I've only watched the first episode and a half, so I don't know if she dies. I hope she doesn't.
Well,
but,
she's probably dead now.
I don't know if it's a true story or if it's
even if it's not a true
historical
story,
fiction.
She'd been 10?
Okay.
70 years ago?
Actually, it was the actress.
And make her
probably
80
alive.
now?
The actress is good. I looked it up. The actress is blind.
Really?
So no acting. Actually, she's not even acting.
Just left
she
her
just
out there.
Is.
If she was blind and deaf, she wouldn't even know she's in a movie.
No, that'd be what we call a Helen Keller situation. She was amazing, Helen Keller.
No, she wasn't.
I think she was.
No.
You think it's all
It's a scam.
It's a scam?
Yes.
Like a Stevie Wonder thing?
100%. No. Stevie Wonder's not. He's not blind.
Some people say Rosa Parks was a scam too. They do.
Okay. All right.
You can live with that one.
Some people say she was placed.
As a
she
show,
was chosen.
Until I find out more information. But our show stance is we're pro Rosa Parks.
I'm pro Rosa Parks.
We're pro Rosa Parks.
I'm anti Helen Keller though.
Whoa. Now this is a divide.
Her handlers were saying that she was saying and doing things that were complete nonsense.
Really?
Like it wasn't. None of it was real.
How do you know this? Who's going to
Alex
make
Jones?
Alex Jones. Alex Jones was right about that.
Who's going to make this documentary? The anti-Helen Keller documentary.
Hire the people who did the anti-Rosa Parks stuff.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks was a real lady who didn't want to sit in the front or the back or whatever it was. I don't know.
Wow.
All the cool kids sat in the back. Right? That was the whole thing.
When we were kids.
The cool kids sat in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Right?
But I get the sense, Jason, and I could be wrong, that for her, it wasn't really about that.
About being cool?
I think that there were other factors at play.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, like her handlers.
Maybe it was. I just don't have all of the information. So my suggestion is Mark Ruffalo, raging leftist notwithstanding. It's a good show. I like it. It's called All the Light We Cannot See. I can only speak for the first episode and a half. If anything crazy happens, then I guess. But so far, so good.
Did you hear about the White House Christmas tree falling over?
Why is it got to what? What? It fell over?
Yeah, they put the huge tree up outside.
It's like a sign.
It is a sign. It had tipped over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you could, it's like, I don't know, like a 70-foot tree. It's a huge tree, right?
Yeah.
Do you think in your construction skills, because you have some, could you
I did some construction today.
Put up a tree where it will not fall down?
That big of a tree?
Yeah. You have some guide wires or something, right?
I mean, I have tools and things, and obviously
concrete.
Like I have access to whatever I need access to.
Yeah,
to
I mean, you're putting it up at the White House.
Can do it.
Yeah,
yeah.
So why did it fall? Poor construction,
or is it like a Statue of Dagon situation?
I think that's what it is.
Sleepy Joe just walked into it, knocked it over on accident.
Maybe
that's what happened.
I think it'd be hard to knock it over. I think it's look it up. I think it's a Statue of Dagon situation.
Okay. I like it.
That's what I think.
Listen, he's knocking over the entire country. He can knock over.
Is this our 15-second political rant?
That was it.
The biggest response we've ever had on YouTube was a political thing when you were talking about how you raided the Capitol, and then some people unfriended you because you are pro Donald Trump.
Correct.
Even after all of that, you're still a pro Trump guy.
Yeah.
And then you were upset at people.
Here's what's funny.
Yeah.
Do you know I've never voted for Donald Trump?
But that's just because you're lazy.
Correct. Well, the first time through, I had just moved from Oklahoma to Ohio, and I wasn't on the roll. I had moved in October of that year, and you have to register 30 days.
The first time,
ahead of time.
for me, it was hold your nose and vote for Donald Trump. That's the first time it was.
The second
for me.
time, you went in with bells and whistles. And
I
horns
was wearing the yellow wig, and I was doing the whole thing.
Listen, you can make up for it. This year, I'm planning personally.
Voting for
voting like 6 times from home. I don't even have to leave. My parents are voting for Donald Trump this year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
if you know a little bit about the situation, that should tell you what you need to know about it.
I've seriously thought about it, though.
Just what's the worst that could happen?
They steal the election again.
Prison, I guess. So that's our.
Well, you've already documented
been
it
there.
now.
So we're gonna do 15 seconds of political talk. And
That's it.
That was
We're
it.
done.
We're done. No
That
more
was it.
political talk.
Do you guys? I got lots of stuff.
Listen, gold, Jason, gold. Here.
Do you want my
here's
gold?
one.
Because I've been sitting on one for a while. But maybe we should wait.
This one's pretty good.
Okay, I'll save mine for next week.
You can go if you want.
Capital punishment, death penalty. You've done something really, really bad.
Yes.
Okay.
I prefer lowercase punishment.
I was going to say that.
That's mildly funny. You have the choice to die.
I'll take mildly funny. I mean, this is all.
We're
all shooting from the hip here.
It's not laugh out loud funny.
Right.
You
We're
know?
not.
It's not rolling on the floor laughing
Like
out
Nate
loud. Funny.
Bargatze's stand up, Jerry Seinfeld's stand up. Those are snipers.
Yeah.
They have honed in. They've gotten a sense of the air. They've locked it in. They've got somebody, and it's a snipe.
Yeah.
Right. We're shooting from the hip.
You might not hit.
We get anywhere close. Mildly funny.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
I'll take
That's
it.
a win. Continue.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay. And your death sentence or your
Capital punishment.
the capital punishment, the means of putting you to death.
Seems like a better way to say this.
I don't know how to
neither
s-
one of us can think of.
There's a way.
Your means of death. Yeah.
How
that's
you're
not
gonna
it.
die
No, I know what you
is-
mean, and I just can't think of it.
Death by food. So you're gonna eat one type of food. They're just gonna keep on shoving it down your face until you die. What food would you want to die eating? Now, this is different than your last meal, where you get to enjoy the meal before you go to the electric chair. No, you're going to die
This is how
because
you're
you've
gonna
eaten
die.
so much food.
They're gonna make you keep eating
They're
it
just going to make you keep eating it
until you die.
until you die. Like you're just so bloated you explode.
Gosh. I suppose. I suppose you would pick the thing that you think would just do it the fastest, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's just get this over with.
Well, if you had something that expanded in the belly, right? I think something like that would do.
Like rice, just uncooked rice.
Uncooked rice, and then drink a big glass of water.
Just look at him in the eye.
A glass of boiling water.
Dry ramen.
I mean, the other way to think about it is, what's the food I like the most? And at least
I'm
I'll
just
be
gonna keep eating it.
eating filet mignon. Actually, here's what I would do. If they're really giving me the choice,
Yeah.
I would stick it to them and pick the most expensive thing that I could find, like
It just-
caviar.
Yeah.
Like, I want to eat caviar until I die.
Yeah.
That would be it, because I would be mad about it. And I would be like, you know what? I just said like, by the way. I would just say, you know what? Caviar.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Or something that's going to be really gross to clean up. Yeah.
That's wow, caviar might hit both of those.
Jesse, do you have a food that you would like to eat until you die?
Figgy pudding. No.
That's not a bad one.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you could get so like
Yeah.
with the brandy.
Just-
yeah.
Trashed.
Oh, that's true. I think it cooks out, though. I don't think you
Does
get,
it?
I don't know. They always saying that a great. Oh, it's so boozy. It's so boozy. I'm like, but when you cook with
The alcohol evaporates.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
boozy. Anyway,
Morons. I don't know. Probably like a good banana cream pie.
yeah. Which for
That
you,
sounds disgusting to me.
that might happen anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen. My mom's famous thing was banana cream pie, and my sister's been trying since my parents passed. For those of you who don't know, like
Yeah.
earlier, coming for full circle, my sister's been trying to perfect it, and she got pretty good at around Thanksgiving this year. I'm like, I could just eat that and just keep eating it.
Yeah. And for you, it would take less banana cream pie than others because of the diabetes.
I mean, smelling it kind of sends me into a brief coma. So
because of the diabetes.
Obviously.
I forgot that friend of the show, AA Ron, did write in.
Oh, yeah. What's his thing?
And he had a thing that he wanted us to talk about.
It was good, if I remember.
My thing is really good, though.
Let's save it for next week. Do Aaron's thing because it's...
All right, we'll see if we have time. Let's see. Text messages. Oh, by the way, update. Still on grayscale. You thought I wasn't going to do it?
I didn't think you'd make it.
I'm still there.
You showing us that for a couple seconds makes me want to fall asleep.
I don't know how to fix it.
He's like, I've tried.
I can't
but
get
the
on
button is in color.
It says, hit the green button to put it back on. 3, 2, 1. Grayscale.
All right, here's what Aaron says. It's late, and you're the only one still awake. You get a serious case of midnight munchies. By the way, it's never happened to me.
Well,
I'm
they
not
just passed the legal marijuana
I'm
thing,
not
so
a
that's
wake
gonna
up and I'm hungry
pretty
guy.
soon.
That's never happened to me. Although the other day when we were fasting, I did wake up and I was like, but that was different. Anyway, he says, but there's, quote, I don't know why he says, quote, nothing to eat. So what are you shamefully eating? I see what he's saying. Example, fork straight into the pickle jar. So like you don't have like, there's not.
You're not making a
like,
meal.
I said like, you don't have pizza.
Yeah.
That you had gotten Domino's earlier and you could just heat it up or just eat it cold. There's nothing that's nice, that's easy to eat. So you're going to have to dip into something that's kind of out of the ordinary. What are you doing?
Lately, I've been doing a lot of peanut butter and jelly. I don't really. Now, here's what's odd. I love peanut butter and jelly.
So do I.
It's never my first choice. I'm sitting there. It's 9:00 at night. I'm like, I don't know if I've eaten. Like, I don't remember. Like, maybe lunch. Maybe. I don't know. I got to eat something. Go in the kitchen, look around. I don't want to make anything. I don't want to dirty any dishes.
I love a good PB&J.
Yeah, but it's always secondary. It's never my primary choice.
Here's what I like. I like a dense bread that's big.
Yeah.
A big dense bread.
Come on. Yeah.
I like to toast it barely. Just enough.
One side.
Yeah.
Bagel toast.
Yeah, just enough.
Yeah.
And then I like a crunchy peanut butter.
A thick, crunchy peanut butter.
I want it to be a lot of peanut butter. And
Layered,
then I like more of a preserves type of jelly where there's like chunks of strawberries in it.
Yeah, like real chunks of strawberries.
Real chunks of real strawberries. And I like them equally thick, like just sloppy. And then a giant glass of milk.
Peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other side, and then...
I understand that there are other ways to do it, and I respect and honor those people who do it differently. But that's how I do it.
You know what's fun is if you put it in a bowl and mix the whole thing up, and then you slap that on.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You should try it.
No.
It's fun.
I like getting both flavors. You see?
You get both flavors in it.
It's like
every bite is perfectly blended between salty and sweet.
There's this kind of drink you can order at a good coffee shop. Not every coffee shop can do it. What is it called? Undertow. You can get an undertow. It's like the equivalent of the PB&J because you're getting both flavors, where they can pour the espresso into it in a way that it's completely separated from some cold, like heavy cream on top.
Yeah.
And so you've got a layer of heavy cream and then a layer of espresso underneath it. And so then when you drink it, the espresso comes through and you're getting the cold cream at the same time.
It's nice.
A good undertow is phenomenal because the espresso is so strong and like bitter. Maybe not always bitter, but it's very strong.
What if you designed a cup that had like a part down the middle?
Yeah.
And you could put two different drinks
like
in
that.
either
And then
side.
half of your mouth gets burnt and the other half doesn't.
Yeah, that'd be weird. The undertow is a wonderful thing.
Well,
I've made them.
Hey, that's the name of the episode. A good undertow.
A good undertow. Sounds dirty for some reason.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it is, but I know it sounds that way. All right. I don't know what I'm shamefully eating.
Oh, I got it.
Probably chips or something, I guess.
I got it.
Yeah.
A can of ravioli, mini raviolis, straight out the can with a plastic fork.
That's disgusting.
That
and
is
shameful.
disgusting, yeah.
Without you guys have never done that?
No.
Never eaten ravioli cold out of the can?
I don't.
It's the only way I
The
eat
last time
ravioli.
I ate canned ravioli, I was 8, I think.
No,
So-
they've come a long way.
I don't think that they have. The big ravioli people.
Jesse, do you have a strong opinion?
What?
I do.
Okay.
Can I just say real quick before
Sure.
we do that? SpaghettiOs are the grossest thing that comes out of a can.
Oh, dude, I'll drink those.
Oh, I hate SpaghettiOs.
You never drank good SpaghettiOs?
No. Oh,
I
Stella
don't
used to like
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs are
Do you remember that?
Jesse, strong opinion. I know. I feel bad because we gotta
Still.
figure out a way to load that
Yeah.
song.
There's a lot of work involved.
Well,
All right.
I believe in you.
All right, my strong opinion
Uh-huh.
is that collegiate and professional sports fans are cult-like, and not in a good way. Ohio State played Michigan, I guess, last week or something, and I didn't even know. I was at Menards, and I was checking out, and the guy's like, "How are you?" I said,
Please don't kick me in Menards.
That's a good one. And he goes, "How are you?" I said, "Good, man. How are you?" And he goes, "I'm okay. It'd sure be a lot better if we'd won." I was like, "What do you mean we'd won? Who?" And he goes, "Well, the Buckeyes." I was like, "Oh, who'd they play?" He's like, "Michigan?" And I was like, "Oh, we didn't win." No. And I just noticed, after that I started noticing all these people were just so upset about it for days.
Abby-
It affected their entire mood.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't get it. Those people that play on those teams, they don't freaking care about you. They don't know you.
don't.
And you're buying a jersey with their name on the back of it. They're
not-
making
you're not
millions.
wrong.
And we're just walking around
You're not wrong.
like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so mad that they lost." I think it's dumb. And I know I'm going to tick a lot of people off.
That's
I know
fine.
this is going
It's
to
a
be
strong
upsetting.
opinion. That's the point of
it's
this
strong.
segment.
It's a cult.
I rarely agree with your strong opinions.
But this one?
What?
But this one?
So we watched the Ohio State game. Abby wore my Ohio State jersey during the game, and then she just wore it to work. And she said at work, she's wearing this Ohio State jersey, and she said some lady came in, and she was talking to me about the game. Abby didn't know anything about the game because she didn't watch it. And she said she was really upset, and she used a lot of cuss words. I said,
Yeah, because they're in a freaking cult.
Yeah, it's a cult. There it is.
It is.
All right, that's a show.
Okay,
I'll have to save my. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Quick shout out. Patton got banned off of Twitter. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a permanent issue or a temporary strike. So she cannot.
Sorry, Patton. You're not banned from our show. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and to never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo, boo, sit. Good dog.
I have, spoken.
Good night. Like Flower Patch Kids. And especially you, Johnny Bow 77. I like some of our stuff.
Okay.
And I think you should get some credit. 'Cause I didn't think about who I was going to say this time.
Johnny Bow.
But Johnny Bow.
77.
Liking some of our stuff. Love you, man.